Hey guys, Eric Stratman here with 10 TV here at TNL CrossFit Tampa with Games athlete Becky Kozlman, new member of the LA Reign with, what is it?
The National Pro Fitness League.
Excellent, excellent. What are we going to be going through today?
Today, we're going to be talking about the handstand push-up, both in the strict and also the kipping. These are mostly efficiency tips for those of you who already have the handstand push-up.
And a little tidbit, this is a young lady that has a 150 Diane time. That's the handstand push-up deadlift. So definitely listen up. So let's get into it here a little bit.
Okay, great. So the first thing we're going to look at before I jump up on the wall is just 4 tips on the strict that I like to remember. So number 1 is keeping that core tight. When you jump up, you keep that core tight and those glutes tight. I like to put my thumbs towards the wall. When you're coming down in that pressing motion, it's using more of the triceps. And then make sure when you extend up that you're fully locking out and those feet hit the wall after the lockout. So let's go ahead and do this, Eric. We'll show them, give them a little demo movement of it.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna go and kick up.
So notice that her thumbs are pointing towards the wall, and as she descends into this push-up, she's got her head forward of her hands. She can see her hands in her peripheral vision. This is a key point that she likes to point out, but we want to have that tripod effect, your head in front of your hands.
Cue my elbows too.
And those elbows tucked in are a key point too, because it allows you to have a lot more leverage with your shoulders and triceps. This is beautiful. A little bit of awesome there.
All right.
Awesome. So now we're going to go into a little bit of kipping. So excellent strict form. What are you thinking about going into the kipping push-up?
So obviously, when you do a workout like Diane in the 21-15-9, if you can do all strict, then obviously it's faster. You're going to get to a point where you start to fatigue, and that's when you want to shift to the kipping motion. You don't want to lose time by having to come off the wall and then jump back up. So with kipping, I like to step a little further back from the wall. A lot of the same elements come into play with the tight core, the tight glutes, the lockout, but make sure when you bring your knees down, you are driving up with those hips, so it's kind of a violent hip thrust, and then your feet hit the wall.
So as she kips up here, you're going to notice that she'll be in that tripod, her thumbs are pointing to the wall. So you're seeing an explosive kip here. One of the things we really like to point out in her kip is that as she descends, her knees come below that hip crease. Too many people want to kip without doing that, and it's a hip motion. So can you do like 2 or 3 consecutive so they can see how efficient this is? So you can see how quick and efficient that this movement is. And she was talking about tight glutes and core. If that's not happening, then you're going to get this big banana kip out away from the wall, or your body's going to be bowing away from the wall and you're going to be falling down with that really loose abdominal structure, that posterior chain. All that needs to be really tight so we ensure that we're executing a proper movement. So any other tips you want to leave us with on that, or anything we can do to build upon what you gave us?
I think the biggest tip as a competitor is don't get to the point where you can't do one more rep. So as soon as you start to feel that burn, make sure you come off that wall, shake it out, give it a few seconds, and then go back up. You never want to go to the ultimate fatigue.
Excellent. So what other things do you like to see through kipping? What do you like to cue when they're kipping to the wall to make sure that their feet are hitting after extension?
So I think a great cue that I learned is where the wall is meeting the ceiling, you're shooting for that point, pushing those feet up to that point.
I love that cue. That's awesome. But you're saying that you want to just fire your hips up and your feet up and then just touch the wall right after you're done with extension.
That's right. You don't want to shoot up too vertical because then you're going to fall back. But I think if you shoot up just with a slight back angle, so you get that full lockout of the hips, then the arms, and then your feet touch, that's a perfect combination. You don't want to hit too soon because you have to drag your feet up the wall.
Well, excellent. We appreciate your time. We're looking forward to seeing this new league coming out. We're definitely looking forward to seeing you with your regional videos you're sending in, and we know we're going to see you at the games again. But for Becky Kozlman, this is Eric Stratman with 10 TV, and we're out.